Hello and welcome to another video of this section. In this video, we are going to talk about data blending in Tableau, a powerful feature that allows you to combine data from multiple sources. By end of this video, you will understand what data blending is and how to perform data blending in Tableau. What is data blending? Data blending combines data from two or more different data sources such as Excel or SQL database into a single view. It's like creating a virtual relationship between separate data sources without physically merging them. We merge the tables in joins also, but that is the physical merging between the tables in the same data source. But in blending, there is no physical merging and the relationship is created between the tables from the different data source. The example could be employee master data which is maintained in Excel sheet and employee transaction data which is maintained in SQL database. So when I want to create a visual which is taking data from both SQL database and Excel database into a single visual, which is not possible. If you think of it, Tableau is the only tool that allows this kind of merging. In these kind of scenarios, when we have two data sources and want to combine into a single one, blending in Tableau is the option. When to use this? When your data resides in different data source. That is the first scenario. I told you SQL database and Excel database. Secondly, when you are not able to join because of the performance issue or mismatch structure, this kind of issue if you face, you can go for blending. And third reason could be you need to maintain the integrity and security of individual data sets while combining them in a report. How blending works? Tableau designate one data source as a primary data source and other data source as a secondary data source. A blending is performed using a common field called linking field to relate these two data sources. The primary data source where you built your visual and it is represented by blue tick, and secondary data source is the additional data source used to enhance your visualization and it is represented by orange icon. When you're trying to combine the fields from these two data sources, a virtual link is created which basically merge these two tables. We also merge tables in joining. What kind of condition, what kind of join it use? By default, it use left join. In join, we have the flexibility of changing to inner join, left join, outer join, full join. But in blending, unfortunately, we cannot change the left join. It is by default there and you cannot change this. On the left hand side, you have the primary table and on the right hand side, you have the secondary table. That is how blending works. Let us jump to Tableau and see how can I actually create blending to merge data from different files from different data sources. We are in Tableau. Before that, let me quickly explain the kind of file we are using. I'm using two files because it has to be from two different sources. The first file is 909. In that I have the transaction data, product, year and sale, for example. And second file that I'm going to use is 910. It has product category, plant and cost. There is a common field called product. Okay, so let me go to Tableau and see how it works. I'll go to Microsoft Excel. I'll select 909, open. Okay, so I don't need to correct anything. I'm okay with this. Okay, I'll just drag and drop product and by sales. I have just dragged the data from the first data set. You see there is a blue tick mark. You have to be very careful. The signs are very small. There's a blue tick mark. This means that we have made this as a primary data source. Now I have to go here and add the new data source. Now in this time I will add blending 910. Now I'm using Microsoft, but in your case it could be SQL. I'll say okay. Now you can see that there is no sign here. There is no orange tick or orange chain sign here. Means it is still not identified as a secondary data source. Tableau is struggling to identify the common link between these two data sources. So what I can do, I just go to data source and there is something called edit blending relationship. If you don't get the relationship established automatically by Tableau, you have to do it manually. How to do it? Go to data, there is something called edit blend relationship. Now there is nothing. In automatic, there is nothing. So I just have to click custom and add, and for the primary data source, the field is product, which is correct, but for the secondary data source, it has taken as a plant, which is not correct. So instead of that, I'm just saying product, I'll say okay and okay. Now when I drag and drop plant, great, now you can see the orange tick mark has been given to that secondary data source. And you can also see that whenever I'm dragging and dropping any field from my secondary data source, there is a clear demarcation or clear indicator that the orange tick mark says that these fields, plant and product category, are not from the primary data source, they are from the secondary data source. And that is how you can create blending, or you can create the relationship between two files which are not from the same data source. And that is how you can use data blending in Tableau to combine data from different data source. So far in this section, we have learned so many things, so many techniques to combine data or model data in Tableau. We started with joins, different types of joins, and we jump to relationship, it is nothing but the automatic join. And then we have seen how union works, and in this video we have seen how blending works. There are too many concepts, too many things, but remember, these concepts are very important for any data analytics activity. So it is important to have clear understanding of these concepts. In next video, which is probably going to be the last video in this section, we are going to explain the differences between join, union and blending, so that you will have a clear idea. Whenever you are using this, you will have a clear idea when to use union, when to use joins, and when to use blending. That we are going to cover in the next video, and for that I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.